Yo, what is going on, boys? Trade recap video today. But before we get into the trade recap, I just want to kind of talk about some psychology stuff for a bit. It's going to be definitely a longer video than normal. I've not had the best day today, and I started tilting and pretty much like not going against what I've been preaching, but it's been hard to stick to it. I found my mind kept on going against what my beliefs are with with emotions and psychology and everything that I believe and stick to within the charts. Just because didn't have the best trading day today, and I mean, some days things are going to happen like that. So after the trading day today, I sat with my head in my hands for 30 minutes, just sitting there like mind blank, annoyed, not in a good mood. I felt horrible after the training day, and it's not even like I did anything like crazy. Like I didn't. I'm only down 150 on the day. Like I still risk managed. I didn't overtrade. I didn't revenge trade. I didn't lose a lot. It was nothing like that. It was just the same thing that always gets me. Like I think about what could have been, what I could have had, what would have happened if I did something differently. But just have to realize, like, look, I didn't do that. I didn't do the thing differently that could have or would have made something happen. Let me find out what the reason was and try and improve for next time. And the boys were talking about in the Discord server earlier, and I've tried to live my life by this. A negative mind will never bring a positive life or positive outcome. If I start feeling horrible about this bad trading day, it's just gonna spiral, and I'm just gonna keep having worse trading days, bad mental, not in control of my emotions. So I mean, let me talk about what happened today, what made me feel a certain way, and how I can prevent it. Then we'll get into the proper trade recap. So this was the most A+ setup I've seen in a long time. We had a 30-minute rejection block after sweeping previous day high. Sorry. We have previous day high here. We swept it, creating a 30-minute and 15-minute rejection block. We then came up and retested the 30-minute rejection block, creating a 5-minute rejection block inside of it. We then marked out from the high to the low. The CE of the 5-minute rejection block sat perfectly within the 0.79, 0.705 OTE range. So I set my limit order at the rejection block. We absolutely top ticked the move right here. Literally a single point. We got in by a single point, and then it just dumped to around, when we was here, we was around $450 in profit. We was about to close the week with my biggest winning day this week. We would have been up nearly 1,000 on the funded, and we would have been closing in on a payout quite soon. My TP was at this low, or well, I think I put my TP at the CE of this bullish rejection block because we tapped into the 1 minute, swept a low. So I put my TP at the CE of this bullish rejection block. And the reason it then just reversed and stopped me out at break even. And now at first I was like, yo, like it edged my TP by 5 points. It was nearly about to be a great day. I was feeling horrible about it. Around here is when I realized where I went wrong. So if we head over to the 15-minute, we had a 15-minute bullish rejection block, rejecting out of a 1 hour fair value gap. If we mark out the rejection block, the CE lies right here. We head back down to where I took the trade. You can see we tapped the CE of the 15-minute, aggressively rejected from it. We got a second chance. We tapped the CE of it again, rejected from it. I got stopped out at break even. I didn't see the 15-minute CE, because otherwise that obviously would have been my TP. That was the most That was the most obvious point to put your TP. We have a 15-minute bullish rejection block coming out of a 1 hour gap. It's very likely we're going to reverse from there. We had low resistance to the upside. The long with it was a perfect trade. I should have just put my stops at the 15-minute CE, taken the 1 to 6 risk to reward. We would have been done for the day, up 500, up 450, whatever, and had an amazing, amazing week. And we would have been positive, looking up, looking good. That didn't happen. Unfortunately, we're not going to think about what could have happened because that's what affects my psychology. But yeah, man, I mean, it's an easy fix. And I know that that is a high confluence point to put my TP. I just genuinely didn't see it. So, I mean, that was just a small, like, light-hearted mistake on my end. I didn't see the 15-minute CE. If I did, my TP would have been there straight away and we would have banged. And then also, vice versa, if I took that trade, that 15-minute CE trade was actually a very good trade as well. Like, the 0.62 range and the 0.705 range, which is OTE, perfectly aligns with the CE of the 15-minute rejection block. You could have easily put a long at the CE, go with a 10-point stop with the perfect OTE range, targeted this low resistance liquidity or the CE of this 5-minute for another 1 to 6 risk to reward trade. That would have been a gorgeous long to take, but then I wasn't looking at that just because I was focusing on my short. I wasn't weighing out the pros and cons. Same thing with 10 a.m. 10 a.m. created a bullish rejection block that tapped into the CE of the 15-minute that is rejecting out of a 1 hour. We then retested 10 a.m.'s rejection block and came up to the CE of the 5-minute. Again, another perfect long opportunity. We was gifted with multiple amazing setups today. Then second trade, which again, after this, I just felt horrible. My hands were in my head. My head was in my hands, sorry, after this trade. So I wasn't really looking for much more. We had the exact same setup pretty much, but it was even better than before. We came up, tapped into the 30-minute rejection block again. This time we tapped the CE of the 5-minute rejection block. Put your limit at the CE of the 5-minute. Could have put a 10. You could put your stops at the 5-minute, which was a 10-point stop. Perfect. Then you could have targeted these lows, the low resistance liquidity down here, midnight open, or the 4-hour FVG. That would have been a 1 to 16 risk to reward. Obviously, this would have been a longer trade because you're waiting for all this chop. The more likely one that I would have taken, well, if I was still in the trade, would have held it to midnight open, literally just flushed with no drawdown, top ticks, straight to full TP. Would have went break even at the retest of 10 a.m. just in case we reversed. It's a beautiful, beautiful setup, like an A+ setup. We got gifted with like 3 or 4 A+ setups today. When I came on the charts, I told everyone in the Discord that I wanted to see a move up, sweep of liquidity, and then we dumped down to the 1 hour, true day open, and 4 hour gap. My analysis happened perfectly. My first trade that I took was playing out perfectly. We top ticked it, 0 drawdown. Then we got break even because I didn't see the 15-minute CE. That was an honest mistake. Like, I could pick up on that next time. The 15-minute CE to the 5-minute CE, beautiful long. Same thing here, insane short. There's just been so many gorgeous opportunities today. Literally, the setups were amazing today. And I missed out on them. I took a really good trade, terrible TP point because I just wasn't aware of the 15-minute CE. So we're gonna move. We move on. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, next week we'll have a better week. Next month we'll have a better month. Next year we'll have a better month. in a few weeks' time, I'm not going to remember this loss, this day, these trades, whatever. But the lesson I learned from them is going to help me forever. And keeping my mental in check, keeping my psychology in check, trying to stay positive, even through times like this, will help me long term. After I was like with my head in my hands for like 30 minutes, I cleared my head, read the Bible verse, went downstairs, and I sat in the garden and just journaled all my thoughts and feelings and emotions for about 25 minutes until I felt better. I've then come back into my bedroom, filmed this YouTube video, get my psychology back in check, get my emotions back in check, and really just, if I let this get to me, what am I doing? If I let this day get to me, obviously I'm not built for trading. Obviously I'm not meant to trade. But days like this has happened before. I think the reason it's affected me so much this time is because the past 3 or 4 weeks I've been really trying to improve upon my trading and myself as much as possible. And I've had plenty of winning days the past 2 weeks. I've been super disciplined to my rules. I've been super happy, grateful, appreciative in other areas of my life. It's just been going super well. And then today, it was so close to ending the week with the best trade of the last 2 weeks with the top tick full TP. And then it reversed, stopped me out at break even. Then I had some family stuff going on that affected my mental a little bit as well. And then some other things as well. And I don't know how to explain it. I let it get to me. I shouldn't have. I should have kept a strong mental, but it is what it is. Next week will be a better week. I'm going to keep looking positive, keep looking up. The higher time frame is still bullish, as you might have heard the quote. A small, little losing day is setting me back. It's not going to matter when I take bigger trades along the way. So probably make a few videos over the weekend. If not, see you guys Monday for next week's trade recap, next week's trading week. Let's have a good week next week, boys. See you later.